Ellen Ratner with the Talk Radio
It's like
News
Kenya's KE, which is where I just came from 24 hours ago.
24 hours ago?
I just got off a plane. I haven't even taken a shower.
Wow.
Yeah.
You are the Energizer Bunny, Ellen.
I'm like...
You're just the Energizer
Well,
Bunny.
you know what happened today? So I knew I was coming back today so I could go to the DOMA thing tomorrow on the court. But, of course,
they did
it today early. So it turns out on the plane, I'm sitting next to a young gay man. Mm-hmm. We're in economy, and the people in back of me, the woman in back of me, turns out that she is a member of PFLEX, Parents and Friends of Lesbians and Gays.
Wow.
And so I said to him, as soon as you hear that wheel touch the ground, I'm going to call and find out what the decision was, because that was at 10 after 11. So the decision came out about 10:30, 10:35 or whatever. Our Supreme Court reporter in the next room would know the exact time. And I called, and I mean, as soon as that wheel hit, and I told we were in the economy cabin, and I told everybody, I screamed it out on the plane. It was pretty wild.
What kind of response did you get?
A very good response. I mean, there were sort of some Africans that kind of didn't know what to do, and this happens
literally people from Africa.
Yeah, literally people from Africa. But other than that, because it's...
We didn't know what's going on with American politics.
Right, yeah. I mean, they were kind of like looking at me. But the people that knew and seemed to be quite okay with it.
Yeah.
Now, let me just tell you, I understand we didn't have such a good decision yesterday with the Voting Rights Act. In fact, we had a lousy decision yesterday. Yeah. And by the way, the president and I switched places. He's in Africa. He actually came back down to Air Force One. He made a call to Edie Windsor on DOMA. He made a call about to Chad Griffin. I'm sorry, Chad. That was Chad Griffin on DOMA. But
these were the plaintiffs.
The plaintiffs, but he also talked about Proposition 8. In any case, the president was very supportive of that, and he did that from Africa, made the calls, et cetera. Mm-hmm. But for me, it's just, look, it's obviously...
Do you want to tell any part of your life story here
sure,
to our listeners?
Yeah.
Because people who don't know your background...
So my first gay march was 1970, Umgawa Gay Power. It was in Provincetown. Our first gay pride march in Boston that was ever held was 1971. Myself and Richard Pillard were the teachers. He's an MD psychiatrist of the first course in homosexuality taught in New England.
Wow.
And I was president of the National Lesbian Gay Health Foundation, started Pride Institute for gay men and lesbians, inpatient unit for alcohol and drug treatment, been around a long time on this. Mm-hmm. And so, but for me, in addition to just, if you had told me in 1970 that this was going to happen, I would have told you were crazy.
Yeah. But today you're married.
I've been married 8.5 years. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah,
but
you and Charlene
so today, although it doesn't take place for something like 34, 35 days, I will get a tax deduction because she's in medical school, and now we can file federal jointly. She's a veteran.
Yeah.
And also, I can let go of an insurance policy I have on my house to cover me in case I die because of gift tax.
Oh, yeah, because Charlene can now inherit from you.
She can now inherit, or I can just donate an apartment to her that I had, or vice versa.
That's right, because there are donation rules for spouses and for children that don't apply to...
That don't apply to anybody else.
Yeah.
So it's a very different economic picture that I'm actually looking at today. This goes with health insurance. It goes with...
this is a lot bigger than just I do.
It's just a lot bigger than I do. It actually has huge financial implications. Now, there's some stories that, gay people earn more. Well, that actually isn't the case if you take minority gay people involved. So for a lot of gay folk who are minorities or who they're one-income family, it's a huge, huge issue.
Yeah. An economic issue as well as a...
I mean, honestly, before I got on her health insurance, which I was allowed to because it's New York at this point, but that was just when she moved here from medical school in Grenada. I mean, she's still technically in Grenada because the school's in Grenada. But I was paying $18.50 a month for individual insurance because I'm not 65 yet, and I'm over 60, so I'm an old goat. And so it just makes a huge difference. In addition to the fact, I can tell you, Tom, I feel like, I'm a person recognized by the federal government.
And we've had a number of people call and say that. And our first guest, in fact, was Yetta Curlin. She's a lawyer. She was a talk show host on WWRL, and she's a LGBT civil rights attorney. And she was like 3 blocks from Stonewall in New York City when she Skyped into us. And she was like, basically, we're people now. You know, and the decision, actually, the Supreme Court decision, used that word personhood. You know, the people's
instead of giving it to corporations, they gave it to gay people.
Yeah. Now they need to take it away from corporations.
Right, they do.
know.
But the fact is that it's a day that I never thought would happen, and I'm just amazed. And of course, now what actually happens, as I understand the Proposition 8 thing. And by the way, if you want to know what your legal rights are, your kids' legal rights are, they're GLAD, Legal Defenders, whatever, has all of this on the website that tell you what each decision means. But if you take a look at really what happens just in terms of individuals, and that people never thought this was going to happen, it makes a difference where you go in the world.
Yeah. Oh, one of our callers was calling from London, England,
which is where I was 8 hours ago or 9 hours ago.
And he and the man that he had married, here in the United States, his partner is British. And so they had to move to England because...
Now, what's unclear is whether they're going to... Now, that's the one area of immigration law that's very unclear.
Well, yes and no. Let me just share with you. This is the headline from Think Progress.
Lambda Legal Defense.
Yeah. Minutes after Supreme Court strikes down DOMA, immigration judge stops deportation of married gay man.
Well, the deportation, but the problem is, can you then bring in your spouse and have them live here legally? That's what seems to be that one gray area is on immigration.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see how this plays out.
It's
an enormous beginning.
An enormous beginning.
It's an enormous beginning.